Hey, I'm Geeky Pastimes, and in this video I'm going to explain to you what's going on with the Halo Infinite flight that's just started today and it's going to be happening this weekend and then again next weekend. There's some stuff you can already do in-game now, and then some stuff that we're going to be able to do at certain time things. So we'll go into all the details and talk about an exciting new weapon which I've just been playing with in weapons drill that is absolutely awesome. We'll talk about that towards the end of the video. If you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want to see me playing this live when we can play against other people, it's twitch.tv/Geeky Pastimes. I'll be streaming a bunch of it later today. So the Halo Infinite flight is live now, and as far as I can tell, they've invited everybody who applied for it properly. So everyone who filled in all of the stuff that you needed to on Halo Insider, you should have an invite. So if you go onto Waypoint, you should have a message which has your Steam code, and if you're on Xbox, you just go onto the Xbox Insider app and you'll be able to download it from there. I've had a bit of time with it with the Series X and with the PC. There's still a few bugs on both systems, but the performance definitely seems a lot better than what it was with the first flight. Now, in the first flight, if you remember, all we could do was play against bots on 3 different maps and do the weapon drills. That's all we could do. In this one, we're going to be able to do much more, but they're actually locking it into certain times that you'll be able to do any of the match-made activities. So this weekend is going to be Arena, so 4v4, and you're going to be able to play against bots like we did before, and you're going to be able to play against actual players. But the only time that this is going to be available is 10 AM to 2 PM PT, which in UK time is like 6 PM to 10 PM on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and then also 5 PM to 9 PM PT, which is sometime in the middle of the night for the UK. So at least we're going to have like 4 hours a day where we're going to be able to play all of this stuff, and that's when you're going to be able to play Arena against bots or against other players this weekend. Now, in that, we're going to have the 3 maps we had before, so Live Fire, Bazaar, and Recharge. Those maps are really fun. I really enjoyed them. And then they're also adding Behemoth, that I think they're adding on Sunday, which is a new map, so we're going to be able to try out something new, which will be a lot of fun. Then next weekend, same times again, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 6 PM to 10 PM UK time, you're going to be able to do it. You're going to be able to play big team battles. So that's going to be the big modes where you can have loads of vehicles and loads of chaos and stuff like that. For the arena matches, we're only going to be able to play on Slayer, Capture the Flag and Strongholds. Then on big team battle, it's Slayer, Capture the Flag and Total Control, which obviously is just modes that make sense with the number of players. So that's all the stuff that you're going to be able to do with matchmaking. None of that's live yet. So at the moment, you can't play against bots in the way that we did before, you know, with your friends, and you can't play against other players until that time goes live. And obviously they're doing like stress tests on the servers. The idea is they get as many people as possible into this flight, and then they see what happens when all of those people are matchmaking at once. And there'll probably be problems because this is a legitimate test. When Halo do the flights, it's not like other games where they use betas, but it's really a demo. This is like a legitimate, like they're trying to work out what's going to break and trying to fix it ready for December, because we've still got a couple of months before the game's coming out. So we've still got a little bit of time for them to fix things. Now, if you download it now, you can actually do some stuff already. So there's 2 parts of Halo Academy that you can get onto right now. As well as you can look at stuff like you can look at all the vehicles, and you can look at the Battle Pass. If you played this before in the previous flight, you could get up to level 20 in the Battle Pass. That progress is saved, and now you can get another 10 levels, so you can get up to level 30 now. And there's, you know, a couple of new armor mods, and there's a couple of new shaders and things like that in there for you to get. Now, in the Academy, there's 2 different modes. There's weapon drills returning from previously, but there's a new weapon in there, which is quite exciting. And there's the new thing called training mode. So we'll talk about training mode first, because this is really, really cool, and this is like the main thing that people have been playing at the moment. In training mode, you basically go into a game on one of the maps that's already in the flight. So at the moment it's just Live Fire, Bazaar and Recharge, but they will add Behemoth to the training mode when it goes live in the rest of the flight, I guess. And you are immediately set up with 3 bots on your team up against a team of 4 bots on the other team, and you just start fighting on that map. Now, the really cool thing is you can pause it and you can change loads and loads of different stuff. So you can change what weapons you have, what grenades you have. You can give yourself like all the power weapons and stuff if you want. You can do things like choose how many bots on your team or the enemy team up to a maximum of 4. So you can just make it so it's just you against a load of bots if you want. Or you could have like, you know, you and a bunch of bots against one really hard enemy bot, whatever you want to do. Then you can also do things like, do you want infinite ammo? Do you want infinite health? Do you want to put play fighting mode on, which basically makes it so the enemies don't fight back, they just sort of wander around, which they still do move, so it will like help you with aiming and stuff like that when you're learning. But it makes it a lot, you know, sort of stress-free environment, I guess. So there's loads of little modifiers like that, and you can play with all the different equipment and abilities, and it's a nice way to be able to look around the maps. It's really, really cool, and it's a nice sort of feature that I wish more games had, where you can just go in and try stuff out and change all of the parables. And you don't need to back out of the game to change any of these things, the parameters. You don't need to go back out to change the parameters. you can do it like just from the pause menu, and then when you go back in, it'll just carry on. So that's really, really cool. Now the weapon drills are back as ever, and same sort of thing. You have each weapon, you've got 3 different drills, one where the enemies are stationary, one where they move in a predictable way, one where they move in an unpredictable way, and you get 3 stars for each one, so you have to try and get a high score in order to get the higher ones. They've made the difficulty a little bit harder, so some of them you just need a much higher score to get the 3 stars. I've had a few where I've had to redo them quite a few times in order to get the 3 stars, which I think is good. That's how it should be, and it really encourages you to like learn these weapons and work out what they're good at and what they're not so good at. Now, one of the new things that's on this, aside from in training mode, there's a new grenade. There's this thing called like a Dynamo Grenade, which makes like an electric field around it. So it's like a constant area of effect thing, which a little bit like the electric grenades in Destiny. So you throw it, and then it sparks off things that are nearby it, and I think it arcs between enemies and stuff as well, which is pretty cool. I haven't actually heard him talk about that, but it's in the training mode, so you can play with it if you want. Yeah, the new weapon that's in there is the shock rifle, and this thing is an absolute beast. I think this is going to be something that people really, really love, especially people on keyboard and mouse who are super good with their accuracy. Because basically what it does is when you fire it, it fires a sort of beam of electricity for like half a second or something like that. It's not very long, but there is definitely a duration to it. If you hit an enemy with it, not only does it do damage to them, it actually does a lot of damage. If you hit them with the whole beam in the face, it will kill them in one hit, which is pretty crazy because you don't have many weapons in Halo that are one-shot kill like that. If you hit them in the face and with the whole thing, it'll kill them. But also, as you're hitting them, their energy will, like the electricity, will arc to other players that are near them. So you can end up damaging a whole group. So if you're fighting some people who are all bunched up together, you can actually end up damaging all of them a little bit. The damage from the arcs doesn't seem to be that high at the moment, but it's still like, it's something. And, you know, it might finish off a weak enemy or something like that. It also says in the tooltips, obviously we haven't been able to try it out yet, that this gun, if you fire it at a vehicle for long enough, it will disable the vehicle, so it'll be like an EMP on a vehicle as well. So this seems like it'll be crazy strong in big team battle. Like this will be a really, really powerful gun. And it's exciting for them to bring in something that's like completely new to Halo. Like I really like the fact that they do stuff like that. So that's all the stuff that you can do in the flight at the moment. Like I said, I'm going to be streaming this a whole bunch. I'm really excited to play against other players because I didn't get a chance to in the last flight. So I'm going to be doing that at twitch.tv/Geeky Pastimes. And there's also going to be a bunch of videos on here. So make sure you like, subscribe, turn notifications on, so then you'll get alerted when a new video goes live. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.